Hi, I'm Fatima,
And I'm Alexandria,
and we are taking an inside look into women's roles in Shakespeare.
and we interviewed a few students to find out what their take on Shakespeare and female roles are.
Today I'm joined with Megan, and we're going to talk some Shakespeare.
Yes,
You ready?
I am.
Okay, so first things first, how familiar are you with Shakespeare?
So I am in the Shakespeare class here at Kappa. So we've read a bunch of plays, and then I've seen actually 3 plays live.
Pretty familiar.
Yeah, I did like Shakespeare camp when I was younger. Didn't really like it that much, to be honest.
No, that's totally fine.
And then I just read like a bunch of Shakespeare course last semester. I'm a theater major at Rider University in New Jersey, so I took a course like dedicated to Shakespeare. And yeah, I know
Yeah, besides reading, a play here and there in school or theater class.
I've read Hamlet, I've read Romeo and Juliet. I did Kiss Me Kate, which is an adaptation of Taming of the Shrew, so I know a bit.
So, how do you feel Shakespeare wrote female roles?
Right. I feel that he has a bunch of different roles for women. Some are very strong, some are kind of more passive. A couple things that I noticed is, especially Lady Macbeth, she is a very strong driving force in that play. But a lot of times she's kind of seen as this crazy or bloodthirsty kind of woman, and at the end she gets killed off or she kills herself. And then also kind of on the more naive side but also a really strong woman is Juliet, and she again dies at the end. So I don't know if there's a theme.
It's like we just died.
I know, it's like you have these strong women and then it's just they're killed. However, I do think that there are a lot of different roles for women in Shakespeare, and I definitely think that there are strong roles. And I don't think he tries to discriminate against them. I think it was just at the time that's what he was writing. So.
I think, at least from the ones I read, a lot of them are very strong. Of course you get your fair mixture of strong and, not side characters necessarily, but...
Yeah, I agree. I think in every play that I've read, obviously I identify with female characters just because I'm always thinking
Power,
of
girl power.
yeah, I'm always thinking of who I could play and monologues and things like that.
Obviously.
But they're always very, very strong, and I love all the female characters.
If you look at it from the point of view of when he wrote his plays, he had a great many female characters that actually had substance. There's Ophelia from Hamlet, who is a great character. I think that I don't think he's never really written a female character who was the lead, who was the most important character, the main character, and he's never written a female character that has been able to break out of her discourse without some sort of punishment.
So today, a lot of female actresses are, besides just playing the female roles with Shakespeare, are more interested, inclined to play the male roles that Shakespeare has written.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
I think that is really cool because it's kind of a different take on the role. Even if a man were to play a woman's part or a female were to play a man's part, it's just a whole different perspective that they're going to bring to the role. And also it's so cool to see women playing these strong figures in plays, and I
That they weren't able to.
that they weren't able to years before, especially when these were first coming out, when they weren't even allowed to act. So seeing them playing the lead roles of whatever, King Lear, or if they're playing Macbeth, it's definitely going in the right direction.
I think it's just a challenge, and it's fun. It's really, really fun and exciting to try out those different roles and to come at it from a completely different perspective. I think it brings a whole new element to the production. So not just for ourselves, but for the production as a whole, I think it brings something really exciting and new. And also going back to Shakespeare's time, guys played the women's roles, so why can't we switch it up now?
Yeah, I think, also part of these women probably feel there's a lot of men's roles that are really fun to play or really powerful or creepy or whatever they're aiming for. And it kind of sucks sometimes, just I can never even, it'd be one thing if it's out of your voice range, but they're a man, I can never play them. So having the opportunity to actually do it, and again, as Maeve says, we get a little thrill from having a challenge to really just kind of do something completely opposite of what we are.
Like I said, Shakespeare didn't write male leads. No, there are no male leads.
No.
He did not write female leads, and so of course the roles that he wrote, the strongest roles that he wrote, the Hamlets, the Macbeths, you know, the Romeos, they're parts that women should be able to play.
Well, how do you think that impacts our society today with Shakespeare being played by, like, gender bending the roles in Shakespeare in general?
I guess it's gonna sound cliche, but it goes to it just helps to affirm that women can do the things that men do. Women are not weren't simply the men and women are different, but they weren't just made to do different roles. They can do anything really. You know what I mean? I think it also goes to show that theater is not set in stone. That
This is true.
exactly, yeah, absolutely. That playwrights did not write their plays to always be played the same way as so many people think they should be, and that adaptations and reorganizations of plays, that's exactly what they wanted to do. It's like theater, especially in Shakespeare's day, was a collaboration. Shakespeare would collaborate with the actors at the Globe, and they would all contribute to the piece of plays. So why shouldn't we get to do that? Why shouldn't we